Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. It's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday. That means it's the ZoWhat show. And we up in here deep. It's about to be ignorant as hell. Well, intelligent ignorance. I have a topic today, fellas. You know, normally we do current events. Well, we still are going, don't touch nothing over there.
Don't touch it. Don't touch nothing.
He doesn't mess with the volume. Turn that volume down. Turn that volume back down. Lord have mercy. Save us.
Wait, brother.
Ooh.
We're not supposed to, brother. Oh, we can't hear?
Yeah, don't mess with nothing over there. That's the Wizard of Oz land over there.
He's not going to pretend his shit works.
It all works, Jeff. Everything works. I just ain't got everything plugged in. Now, if this is your first time tuning into the ZoWhat show, please understand a little bit about what we do. We cover current events, but we also wrap a topic around those current events. I have a strong topic today that's wrapped around some current events. Okay. And before I even get to them, you do know the first part of this show, we spend promoting black-owned business.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I got to start with Beal sauce.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Got something floating in my stomach right now.
That sounds disgusting. But if it ain't real, it must not be Beal. Beal sauce is the greatest hot sauce I love it. I think it's on par with Trappy's.
Yeah, definitely. If not better.
I was about to say.
Yeah. It's on par with Trappy's. It's on
Beal
par with.
sauce has a flavor.
What about Rooster?
Well,
that red rooster, boy.
Red rooster. Those aren't even hot sauce.
Right.
Those are red vinegar sauce.
Yeah. That's the sixth graders eat that on potato chips. That's right.
That's for baby.
No. How old are you, Jeff?
I'm 54.
Put your age in there. 54-year-olds eat that on hot sauce.
No.
You do.
No.
I've seen you.
I put red rooster in my eye. That shit's not hot.
Oh, he's a Marine.
I'm a hot sauce connoisseur.
Red rooster and Fritos.
Like, come on. Like, you come to my house, I have a fine collection of hot sauces. Great. Some go with soup. Some go with certain meats. I don't eat meat anymore, but if that's your get down, I got you.
Man, hot sauce and Fritos is great.
So to bring it back around to Beal sauce, bruh, they got the three. They got the schmuckatelli, the sergeant sauce, and the gunny fire.
I put Beal sauce on my ice cream. How about that? That's how good Beal sauce is.
I can't front though. That schmuckatelli hot sauce without heat.
It's a beast.
That's banging.
It's a beast.
It's banging.
Yeah.
I put it on almost everything I eat.
Almost? What's the line?
Oh, well. We're in mixed company, sir.
What's the line?
We're in mixed company.
Oh, shit. Okay. It just dawned on me. All right, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Beal sauce. Go to BealSauce.com. Support them right now. Let's move 600 cases.
All right.
600.
That's a move.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's an arbitrary number.
Yeah.
600.
Just arbitrary number.
Yeah.
Just out there.
You know, like
came to me.
Let me just throw that out.
Like the drug lord.
Right.
Like I just watched Snowfall for the first time. Watched the pilot.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap. That shit
Okay, wait a minute.
arbitrary.
What the hell am I supposed to do with this whole kilo? Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this 600 cases?
Perfect. Let's move on to our next product. Of course, the only two products I really support here is Total Package Energy.
Oh, shit.
I've had two of them already.
Oh, shit.
I be turned up. I be busy.
It was. When I walked in here, you was on some shit.
Total Package Energy. Don't play yourself, man. Total Package Energy is the best energy drink in the world. It's better than 5 Hour. It's better than Red Bull. I don't know. Have you had it?
It's good. That shit is off the chain.
Does it work?
It works. It does work.
Okay. Let me
no,
put it
it's
this
no
way.
joke. Don't take it at night.
Let me put it.
Don't
this
take
way.
it at night, though.
Don't take it at night. If you
Really?
take it before a
You're
workout,
not going
yeah,
to
it's
sleep.
a
You're not
nice
going
thing
to
before a
sleep.
workout,
No.
too.
Like if you take it after, I say 4:35.
You're probably going to be up.
You didn't just plan the.
And this
the
is all
midnight.
natural too, right?
Yeah, it's all natural.
Yes,
You
see.
gonna be up here? Check it
If
out.
you're a truck driver, please
This
take
is your
this.
shit.
That's what I tell the truck drivers.
This is way better. All
Yeah.
that 5 hour, you jittery, you get an 18 wheeler, man.
Yeah,
Take
that's bad.
this, man.
Yes.
How long have we been friends? Over a decade.
Yeah.
I can tell you this about Total Package Energy. I've been to Zoe's house 4 different times, and it's been painted 4 different colors by Zoe.
This nigga got
That's how good this shit is.
on this,
Exactly.
Next, I think I'm gonna go chartreuse and turquoise.
Yes,
Give myself a challenge.
Exactly. All these houses on the block need
This nigga
painting.
said chartreuse.
Nah, for real though. It's a real product.
Yeah.
Go to totalpackageenergy.com. I think my arbitrary number for them. Let's go 750 cases.
Boom.
757.
Throwing it out there.
Let's go 750 cases. You understand? We're going to have over 2,000 people in the chat room live.
He's like the head dope dealer that watched the Tony Robbins video. Niggas, we gonna sell more cocaine than we've ever sold.
Hey, listen.
Jordan Belfort over in this motherfucker.
Listen, man. Come on. If we don't support each other, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we even here?
How about it?
Why are we even here? You in the dig? So that's Total Package Energy. The next thing I gotta promote.
Oh shit.
Listen, man. We finally came out with my own line of t-shirts
Yeah, he did.
that are super fly.
That's fly, sir.
My thing is, I just, I want to rep right. And I know me doing t-shirts ain't gonna be right.
Ain't gonna be right.
It's gonna be fucked up.
Okay, wait a
Me
minute.
doing
but what
t-shirt.
your uncle got to say about you doing t-shirt?
Listen here, boy. Let me tell you something. You understand? Let me tell you something real quick now. You ain't never been too good at much shit. You might want to hire somebody to do this shit for you before you fuck up your reputation. You understand?
I can't wait to
So what the hell was he thinking?
You got to cultivate that nigga.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I saw it on your YouTube page. I saw the hoodie, and I looked at it. I was like, I don't know, because sometimes when you get hoodies and shit, you get shit done by your homies. The colors don't look right.
Nah.
But now this right here, these sneakers I just bought this weekend are gonna kill with that white hoodie.
I'm just trying to tell you,
I'm gonna have
man.
to get that.
These guys are really good at what they do.
Oh,
They've been doing it for years. We've been promoting them since T-Radio V, RMC. This is Power in One Clothing.
Oh yeah.
So I reached out to them and partnered with them and, gave them a design, and they turned it into the exclusive and official Man-Sions gear.
Okay.
You in the dig? So I need you guys to go.
back too, because that's dope too.
Oh, the Power
Put
in
their
One.
name on it.
Bow.
What
You in the dig?
What you really need is a
people
varsity
winning.
jacket with that on the back.
Man, the varsity jacket would be crazy.
I'm gonna make my own and then make you
that would
very
be
angry.
insane.
I'm gonna get my own. And
See, this is why niggas don't work together well. I'm going to just stick what you doing and still then put your logo on it. And then I'm going to license back to you your own shit, okay?
It's the double up. It's the double up.
Back to you, your own
We
shit.
both win.
That's why you wind up an employee in your own shit.
Nigga.
But see, that's what black people do. We do it
Yeah.
intellectually, too. Let somebody say some deep shit. Niggas be like, oh,
I can make a t-shirt out of that.
I didn't go through the experience to gain that knowledge, but it sounds right.
Damn.
You mean like
Yeah.
LeBron James trying to trademark Taco Tuesday?
Sure. Now it's a part of my lexicon.
Okay, back up. Okay, I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna back up off of LeBron James for appropriating anything when we live in the land of appropriation. How much of my slang have I heard on white commercials 5 years after I'm done with it? If you want to know what niggas was saying 5 years ago, watch what white folks are saying in commercials now.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh man.
Would you like to relinquish control of the show back to me? We're trying to get through this part,
Okay.
This nigga got a
Man.
story for everything.
Look, man, get hold of yourself.
Okay, so Man-Sions. All you got to do is go to PIOclothing.com. PIOclothing.com. I want to move. Here's another arbitrary number here.
Oh, shit. Let's see. Here he comes.
Let's move 1,500 pieces. 1,500 garments.
1,500.
1,500.
That sounds about right.
1,500.
Freddie, can we get the truck round for 1,500?
Let's get 1,500 garments moved, okay?
Get that all moved.
All right, and then all the other shit is still available. The relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship, is available on Amazon. 3 different formats. You have Kindle, Audible, and paperback. The relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. The holographic relationship is also available. Please, please, please go to Amazon.com to get your Kindle version, or if you want a physical copy, go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com. Let me throw it to Kevin real quick because we have a special guest here that needs a little space to break her thing down. Kevin?
Yeah. So if you do not know your rights out there at police stops, which is about 99% of us, you guys need something like this. This is a constitutional rights card. Explains all of your rights at a police stop, because what happens is most of us get scared at a police stop, then you start talking crazy to the police, and then the shit goes crazy from there. With this, all you have to do is hand them the card and then remain silent. So if you don't know your rights, grab this card, realnaggas.com, click on the Naga Knowledge Shop, and if you want the full package, a Know Your Rights manual. This explains all of the things that you should do at a police stop, as well as how to place a lien on a police officer's bond if your rights are violated at the police stop. And if you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, which is the research they've been doing on your melanin for the last 114 years, if you order this, you get the whole package for free. The Know Your Rights package and the card for free.
Well, there you have it. Okay, so we got to bring in my homegirl here. I've known her ever since she was about 26, 27. That's when you started over on Melrose?
A little younger.
Give her that microphone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, let me just introduce y'all to her real quick. She's always been on some healthy shit.
Okay.
You know.
Look at her skin. You can tell.
Listen, I was healthy for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. No, me and Kumo D used to go to her spot on Melrose. It was called Juicy Juice. Juicy Juice.
Gotcha.
Juicy Juice.
Juicy juice.
And we would go there and we would get these drinks, and a lot of poetry people was there. Mo D hated poetry, by the way. Oh my God. He was like, he got all these little funny terms for him and shit. It's fucking hilarious. He said, "We're going to go into quiet speak tonight. Are we going to quiet speak?" So he was stupid, but we would come down to her spot and it was really dope. But I did think she provided a service early on, and she had a vision into, how this could impact the black community. And she took it so far, man. But some bullshit went down. But you tell them.
Okay, where should I start?
This is Lori Carter, owner, proprietor of Juicy Juice. Everybody say what's up. And Lori, hit us to who you are.
Thank you. So, thank you for having me, Zoe. This is great. The story goes back, Zoe and I go back to Juicy Juice in 2004. That's the Melrose store. Mm-hmm. And that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of great customers. Mm-hmm. But we've since evolved. It's 2019. We've been doing Juicy Juice the whole time. Mm-hmm. We're currently in Carson. Currently, we're closed. We had a car drive into our windshield.
Shit. Somebody wanted some juice. I want some juice now. I can't even get out my car.
Parking?
Yeah. Parking schmarking.
Yes. It was a gentleman that, an elder of our community. He has some kind of medical emergency.
Right. Listen here, let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something real quick. Nobody gonna take my keys, you understand? You understand? I've been driving since 1972. Yes, and that's when I got my first car when I graduated for the third time from college. You understand? Nobody gonna take these keys, you understand? I'm a man, you understand?
They're gonna take an ass whooping with them keys?
Let me tell you something, you gonna reach, then nubs come back. You understand? Reach, then nubs.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So that's where we are today. We are, the insurance process is a process. So we're going through it. And while we have this time off, it's giving me time to organize and regroup and expand. So we don't look at it all as a loss. No lives were spared. It could have been very detrimental to someone's health, including my own.
Yeah.
I've only shared with my intimate friends around me, but I was a minute away from being hurt very bad. I was sitting at a table.
And had you not?
And had I not, like literally a minute, I looked at the security camera. The guest that I had a meeting with, they got up, walked out at 12:25. This is in the afternoon. I got up from the table at 12:26, and the car came through the windshield at 12:27.
Wow.
And then a minute later, had it happened a minute later, I was on my way back out the front door. I usually park in the back. However, the divine arrangements of the day had me park in the front, had me be there. I'm not usually there at noon. I have staff that's there. I'm usually running errands. But a week prior, one of my staff members asked for the day to leave early. And I had a meeting, so I arranged for my meeting to be there to support the young lady that would be there by herself. So that meeting was supposed to be at 10. It got pushed to 11, and I got there at 11:10. We sat there at the table that they chose because they got there before me from 11 to 12:25. They got up at 12:25. I left my keys, my phone, my sunglasses. I left all my things there because I was just going around the counter for one moment to pick up one thing, and I was on my way back out the front door. So had it been a minute earlier or a minute later, I could not be sitting here.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So where, when the car came through the glass, physically, where did you see it, or were you?
No, I had my back to it. Again, the divine circumstances had me bring my coworker towards me. She was at the juicing area. And we have food that we pull out the refrigerator. We don't sell it anymore, but we eat it among ourselves. I asked her, did she want one of them, which brought her to me. And she said yes. She took it, and I turned to go out the front door, but I didn't get to make that complete turn. So my back was to it, but she saw it through the reflection of the stainless steel wall.
Okay.
And she wasn't sure what it was, but she screamed and hollered and ran, and I just ran with her.
Good question.
So wait, really quickly.
Yes.
What day were you born on?
May 27th.
Thank you.
Hey, all right, Gemini. A week after
No.
me.
Listen, the car came through the door at what time?
12:27.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There are no accidents in here.
Yeah.
Should be happening, and there be signs.
There be shit
everywhere.
I'm gonna
Right.
connect
Okay,
with
cool.
some more. Is who in your staff of the? Was it just you two people there?
It was.
Does either of you have a teenage child?
No.
No. Okay, then fuck the way I was going.
Yeah, because I don't know. If you don't get your Clio built outside,
I know, right?
fuck you.
Because I'm going with this
Either
shit.
of you have a pinky toe.
Was anyone wearing a top hat?
Right. See, one of them texting, if I'm going to give you talking about you want to drive, Junior, I'm going to need a sign. Boosh! Okay, no, you cannot have the car. No.
Jeff crazy than a motherfucker.
Yes.
Either you got a back pocket.
Yes.
The fuck? Anyway,
Yes.
the business is closed because, like, one of our elders crashed into it. It's cool.
Yes.
All right. Insurance runs its course.
It does.
But what do you need? How can the ZoWhat audience, hey, everybody in the chat room, y'all got to support this young lady. Y'all got to rock with her now. We got to keep this business open. We got to keep it popping.
Yes.
How can we support you?
Well, most households cannot go without a week of pay.
Sure.
And we have been closed since August 22nd.
Oh, damn. Ouch.
Yes. So that's not just affecting me, the business, the household. my staff.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people being affected by this, including our customers. You know, juicing is a healthy habit.
Absolutely.
And it's a healthy addiction. And we have a lot of customers that are without. And as concerned as they are in the business, they just want to know when they can get their juice again.
Right.
So,
how can we help you?
How can we help?
She's very proud. And I understand it.
Yes, she should be, yeah.
Just tell me the link and then I'll tell them.
We do have donation links on our homepage.
Such a sweetheart. I mean, she like tap dance and then because when you skin an apple and then you don't skin it for a while.
That's the damn money, y'all.
See, yeah.
Shit.
We have. I had to close our website because people used to make online orders.
Okay.
So I closed our website to stop those orderings from happening. But I was reminded that our donation links are there because we have community gardens, we have elementary school programs with gardens, we have entrepreneurship programs, and all those donation buttons were at the bottom of our website. So I kept those active. Perhaps someone would like to support.
Listen to her.
In one of those avenues.
Perhaps, maybe.
Perhaps.
Get on over there and donate.
They showing her love in the chat room like crazy. They like, come on, girl, shit, we love you now.
So I will say the website is gotjuices.com.
Gotjuices.com.
Okay. Now,
with an S.
I'm gonna do some more psychic shit here. I can tell you exactly who she is.
You're not a psychic.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
That's
psychosis.
That's the woman right there. That big mama just won't let you live it down.
If you break up with her.
No, you fucked it up.
You should have stayed with the little
you
one.
got now with that trifling heifer. You could have been with the girl on the juice thing, but no, you got to go with the girl that dance. Okay, well, healthy.
Now you got gout.
Now you got gout and your daughter's twerk.
You silly little fucker. Now you got gout.
Why don't you get you some juice while you're in the kitchen?
Look, she's still healthy. Don't look a day older than when she met you.
Look at her. Look at her skin. Your wife's face look like the map of Carson.
What's the link again?
Gotjuices.com.
Gotjuices.com. Listen, all my admins and moderators in the chat room right now, we closing in on 1,000 people watching live right now on YouTube. Please repeat this website, gotjuices.com. And please, y'all, just throw a little something in the change bucket, man. Support her. Good business. Been around for many years. I've supported it. Done book readings and book signings and things at her event. She got like the little restaurant component and the library piece. I mean, it's a cold situation. She's been doing it for years, and it, like I said, it's a jewel to the community. Please support it.
Yeah.
Gotjuices.com. You might as well just stay with us now.
I love to.
Because we about to get ignorant in a month.
Yeah.
Okay? So, the theme of today's ZoWhat show.
What is it, bro?
Jesus Christ.
What is it, brother?
Is anti-intellectualism ruining Black America? If the master is promoting dumb as a doctrine, then the slave cannot help but be stupid too, right?
My Lord.
Why am I doing this topic? Because we do have these tropes, these stigmas in our community. If you're too articulate, you acting white. How many motherfuckers you know read books every week, finishing them, like reading and finishing?
I know.
And moving to the next one. Right? You understand? Dig? In our community, does swag, being cool, status, and all that other shit outweigh intellect? I have to do this because we have a president who is pushing an anti-intellectualism movement among his constituents, right? But in America, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, the outcome outweighs the process.
Yeah. The end justifies the means.
The end justify the means.
Give a damn how you got here.
I don't give a fuck. And if you got here, you must be special. You and I mean special in a different way.
Right.
So I have some questions. Let's do it. Why is anti-intellectualism so prevalent in the black community? The number to dial is 323-230-4445. Is Western education the seat of the world's intellect? That's a heavy fucking question. Is Western education the seat of the world's intellect? In what ways do whites have a monopoly on intellect? There's a lot of fuck shit going on in the world, and I have to be able... Listen, whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. Whoever has control over the authorship of your thoughts is actually the ingredients you use to build your reality. So if the white feminists are telling the black feminists, fuck him, then wouldn't it would make perfect sense to me that you're going to have problems interfacing with black men. I'm just saying, is that like a normal? But wait a minute, let's deal with equality. Well, why is it called feminism?
Right.
If it's about equality, why isn't it called equality? Why aren't you proponents of an egalitarian society?
Right.
Ooh. Okay, cool. All right. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, some fuckery goes. So I have to ask these kind of questions. Why are questions important, central, integral in critical thinking? Why isn't critical thinking taught at the elementary level? Shit, at the preschool level. These kids, their minds are amazing, and we teaching them pablum all the way through the whole fucking process. Does religion in general lack components of critical thinking? Is faith anti-intellectualism? Ugh. Wow. Dude. We're going to talk about it, right? We're going to talk about it or no? The number to dial is 323-230-4445. True or false? America is killing itself through its embrace and exaltation of ignorance, and the evidence is found all around us. True or false? 323-230-4610. I need to talk to my people. Why do we give a fuck about celebrities and their opinions? Celebrities have become the fucking shamans of our community.
They're the new gods.
They're the new gods in this motherfucker. We go to the temple of success based off of celebrities' endorsement.
Man.
The first church of success?
The first.
Oh, my God. Church of God in Ching Ching?
Reverend Loose Change, could you please...
Reverend Loose Change.
Could you please give us a word from the book?
But it'll cost you.
Come on, please give us a...
Wow. You see, when people is allowed to think, they may think something like not putting money in the plate.
Wow.
Wow. We can't give them that opportunity. They must be programmed to reach in the pocket and place into the plate. Now,
teach Jesus.
If we let them think, they will start thinking about other stuff like bills and medical conditions and other things that cost money, and we cannot have them. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Wow.
That's right.
Reverend Dulo, would you like to add to it?
Well, I would like to say on the financial end, this is a great church to be in because you do know the mark of the beast is 666. Well, we have been nice enough to mark him down to 495. Oh,
Jesus. I need to understand why we are so dependent on their definitions. Anybody can jump in.
To me, it's just it's the programming. Like you say, you get them while they're kids. And you see, because I can remember when I was a kid, when that plate would come around, I had little things like, hey, this is great. I took $1 out.
See, yeah.
Yeah, because I figured this church, this is where they help people.
Right.
I need $1 for some candy. Here it is right here. This is being brought to me. I don't even have to, that was my thinking. Mm-hmm. But then I was corrected. My thinking was corrected by an adult who was also programmed before me on how to think and how to, and no, you don't take out that, you put in that.
Right.
And we stick to that. So anytime we do something other than the program, we start feeling bad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We feel like we're lacking.
Yeah. I had a similar experience in church. Okay, no bullshit. I watched Uptown Saturday Night, and there was a scene where John Amos tells another character, Biggie Smalls, he said, you got to bring ass to get ass, Biggie. And a light went off in my head. If I'm going to get something out of this church, I'm going to have to bring something. So I took 2 pieces of tape, and I taped a quarter to one finger, and I left the negative tape to the other finger. So that when you hit the collection plate, you hear tink, right? Well, I'm tinking, but while I'm tinking, nigga, I'm taking. Tink. Hey, 50 cents now. I have an extra quarter. I always was looking for how to get something out of that game. But that's I think, our biggest issue is that we are formed as victims from the time you get a birth certificate. You are on this victim thinking, this victim teaching.
Yeah, you're miseducated by them.
Yes.
So everything that you know comes from them. So that's why your definitions come from them.
Right.
So there's a a documentary by this dude named Norman Dodd, and he was an old cat who used to be a banker, and then he became an auditor for the government. And he talked about he audited some organizations back in the 60s, 50s, and 60s, and what he did when he went and found these when he went and audited these organizations, he found that these organizations in their books, they basically had plans to merge the United States with Russia. And so in these documents, it talked about how these organizations, how they would break down who would take over the education of the world. So it said that the Rockefeller Foundation would take over education in America. The Guggenheim Foundation would take over education internationally. And so they had an agenda on what they were putting out as far as this education. And so everything that we have learned in America has been from this plan. There's a movie called Idiocracy. I don't know if anybody. So in Idiocracy, there was this dude. He was the dumbest motherfucker. Like he was an idiot. And so somehow he had went to sleep and he had woke up like 20 years later. And then when he woke up, he was the smartest person on the planet. Everybody else was dumber than him. He was a dumb motherfucker, but everybody else was so stupid. He became like the smartest person in the world. Like what was it? Terry Crews was like the president. So all these dumb people were running the planet, and that's their major plan, is to dumb the world down so much is that the dumbest motherfucker seems like he's the smartest.
Damn, go ahead, Lori, jump in here. Miss Juicy Juice, grab that microphone.
Well, that's why teaching entrepreneurship is so important.
Speak on it. Yes, speak on it.
Because if we start with the children, as our 2 examples here have shown us, they want to acquire money. And if we show them how to do it for themselves, then we can create a whole new paradigm starting early. Which I'll have to say that we do have an entrepreneurship camp.
Please tell us.
We service children ages 6 to 16. And it's a 10-week program. We meet once a week, and we have them create some type of business. Even if we have to give them, of course, the 6 and 7-year-olds, we help them formulate something that they can do themselves. And at the end of that program, week 10, we have a community fair. The children set up booths. The community get to come buy tickets. The children don't have to deal with cash. Their item is worth so many tickets, and we help them formulate that. And the community, the last one we had, the children sold over $1,200 worth of product. And then we have a board meeting the next day where we, set up professional board style for the children. And when they get their money back, and we do the accounting.
Right. That's cool.
And we try to plant that seed of doing for self.
Right. Yeah. Right. Now that's dope.
If for no other reason, the sister deserves support for that idea because she pronounced booth without the F.
You heard what she said?
She said they were not booths. Okay, if she just said we got booths, nigga, I am not coming.
So let me just break this down before I throw it back over to Freeze Love, because I have a story to read here just to show you how anti-intellectualism is running rampant. But before I read that, let me just say this. America is the new Babylon. Now, Babylon is famous for the Tower of Babel.
Yes.
Built by Nimrod. This Jebarim. Now, how do we put those two together? Now, God got pissed because somebody is building a tower.
He spent a lot of time.
That's to reach him.
To reach him.
See, I just got to attack stupid real quick. It's to reach him.
To reach him. To be getting up there.
It's to be getting close to him now.
To be.
Now, in the event that these here creatures of man that I have created actually get close, I'm gonna have to get violent. That's like, that's like a parent, right?
Right.
You fucking up. You done went in that little box I told you not to fuck. Okay.
So you mad because I'm trying to get back to heaven? Okay.
So he knocks it down. And the one thing that he does that I find is profound is he confounds the language.
Right.
Ooh. So everybody was able to talk and communicate, right? But then after knocking the shit down, he confounds the languages. Now look at America. You got freedom of speech, but you dumb. So the communication is confounded.
Yes.
This is an opinion-based society.
Wow.
Everybody got an opinion. Everybody had a right to say some shit. Fuck you mean I can't speak on it, nigga?
Not today, shit.
And everybody gets to speak from their level. In ancient cultures, when a shaman walked in, you shut the fuck up.
The elder is speaking.
The elder is in here, and he done live way longer, and he done survived some shit you ain't even seen yet.
We wouldn't call him an elder if he only knew what your dumb ass know.
You understand? So now, it's like the reverse of Babylon. You get to talk, but we encourage you to talk through social media, through your Instagram, through your iPhone. We encourage you to keep the chatter because the chatter is the distraction.
Yes, we need you to talk because we need the noise.
So watch this dumb shit. Look at this shit. Black news anchor fired after wearing unprofessional hair. This is an actual story reported by Ebony Magazine.
What?
Fired. Your hair is unprofessional.
Oh, hell no. Wait. Wait, look at your kitchen. Right. You didn't even try to get rid of the BBs. You're just going to come in here, comb your hair at work, ricochet BBs off and hurt somebody. You got to go home.
And the sad part is it's a can of Crown Royal on the stove in there in the break room.
Exactly.
But even the concept.
We made provisions for you.
And listen, it's culture. What they're saying is your culture is unprofessional.
They may
Go ahead, Jeff.
They may be right. They may be right.
Uh-oh, here we go. Let's get it.
Let's define profession. Profession is something that you have worked at, something that you have honed and crafted. And you motherfuckers have honed and crafted faking masses out of millions. My hair is a connection to my spirit. My hair, my dreads, my natural look is a connection to my nature. And in my nature, I do not do business like you. In my nature, I do not interact like you. So this then is not under the umbrella of your profession. And from that place, you're right.
Exactly.
So, go ahead.
I mean, it's just like this. Everything has protocol.
Right.
Everything. If you want to be a thug, you're not going to come down here in a 3-piece suit with an attaché case, with your hair parted on the side. No, that's not thug protocol.
The plastic man looking.
Thug protocol is you have on some Dickies, some Chucks, some cornrow braids, whatever is the protocol for that. Now, if you go up to a place to work and they say, hey, that hair does not fit the protocol, you're fired. You got to leave. That's their protocol. Right. If you don't like that protocol, be an entrepreneur. Do your own thing.
That's exactly what I was going to say, which is why we need to create our own.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to simulate ourselves into a society that wants to be us. You know, if my natural hair, the way it grows out of my head, offends you and is not professional for you, this is not the environment that I should be in.
But let's not get lost on the point.
Yes.
The concept of unprofessional hair is dumb.
Right.
Sure.
Off rip.
It's fake.
It's fake.
Something made up.
Perform your job.
Exactly. Right. There you go. It's something made up. Let's just, I don't like your hair. It's unprofessional. It's all big and bushy and it's blocking the sun rays. I don't like it.
I don't know, bro.
Listen.
It is made up.
Let me ask you a question. Can white hair be unprofessional?
No.
So again, this comes back to my point. Like it's getting to a point of semantics. Let me just break this down right here.
Sure.
As part of their newly launched partnership, Rock Nation and the National Football League will donate $400,000 to 2 Chicago charities: the Better Boys Foundation Family Services Organization and the Crushers Club. A source close to the situation confirmed to Variety both organizations are designed to present local at-risk kids with alternatives to gang violence and criminal activity. Part of that is cutting their hair. Do you remember when the white lady who was a referee at a high school wrestling match cut the kids?
Right. Is this the thing that they donated the NFL money to or some shit to cut the kids' hair?
Exactly. $400,000. So the point that I'm trying to make is, instead of doing shit that swings with the veracity of a sledgehammer, why not go in with a scalpel and strategically do shit that doesn't upset the cultural apple cart? But in order to do business as black men in America, you have to put your culture on the Barbie.
Right. Ooh.
If you're going to do business with them.
Yeah,
That's
with
my
them.
point.
With that, yes.
You see?
And the irony is, Jay has dreads and he gets to keep his.
That's great.
Because they work.
Hey.
They work.
So, it's like this.
I'm not saying they don't work, Jeff. That's off the point. The point is, white folk know they work and want you to cut them, Samson.
No, not from that place. They don't work from that place. They work from this place. Okay? We got this nigga here because the niggas will believe him. Why would we have him cut his hair? The niggas like his hair. Let him keep his hair. It works for our narrative. His hair being dreaded and him being in this position gives him verisimilitude still amongst a great many of the people he's with. Why would we fuck with that? It works for us. Now you Mr. Dude at the front, Mr. Dude that sell hot dogs, Mr. Dude that's in the marketing department. Fuck you. You're cutting your hair if you want a job.
Yeah, going to what Freeze was talking about, I think a lot of it depends on which company you're with. Because some people have like he was saying, they have a protocol, they have a way that they need to look, they want to look. Sure. And when they come in and they look, this is my stipulation. This is what I need from you in order for you to work for me. And if you step out of those guidelines, then
I get that, but I think that's redundant. But I think at some point we got to teach our kids to say fuck they rule.
But that's not. And
that goes back to her point about entrepreneurialism.
That's not what I'm saying.
At least say, look, this rule is in effect when you work with them. When you work with them, you go fall under that rule. Right. But don't lose sight of who you are.
But what's the difference in that and saying hair or the way you dress? It's the same thing. If you come in and you wear you wear something the way you dress, and the business say, look, this is the way we dress at this business, or look, this is the way I wear my hair. I'm not disagreeing with y'all. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna work, I've been in different businesses. I've been in businesses where cats have worn afros and crazy ass hair, and these motherfuckers were at the top of the business. Sure. There's a TV show on the internet, The Young Turks. The third dude in charge, JR. We talk to him. Our company does business with him. That dude, he has crazy dreads all the time. I mean, and he's so smart. They don't care. They don't give a shit about what he does. Right. So I'm just saying, it mostly depends on the company that you're with.
Okay. We are enough. More in the rant.
What the boy? You want okay? You want to give out little nuggets or what?
Little nuggets, little teas. But I'll go ahead and give you more pieces of it.
There you go.
Shout out to Corey Holcomb. Shout out to Cat Williams. Shout out to some more niggas that I would remember had I not smoked some weed this morning. The point is that these people have proven that we are enough. Cat Williams does not go on mainstream radio when he gets to town. He goes to black radio and black people show up. Cat Williams is a multimillionaire from predominantly black dollars, and we are enough.
But you're making Lori's point.
Yes.
Sure.
But that not only Lori's point, but the Nation of Islam.
Yes.
The black man has become self-sufficient. Yes. Otherwise, he's going to be marginalized and denigrated in a system that is afraid of his culture.
Yes.
Yes.
You wearing your hair a certain way will now be categorized and labeled as unprofessional, which by definition is dumb. That's a dumb thought.
Right.
Your hair, it's disrespectful. How can hair be disrespectful? How can hair be unprofessional?
Because it reminds me, it's unprofessional. Again, it is unprofessional because of what the profession is. What black people dress spiritually. There's a reason we like our colors bright. There's a reason we like shiny shit.
You have on too many crystals, my nigga.
There's a reason my hair looks
I don't even know how the crystals go with your suit.
Exactly. And you know why your shit is bothering me?
Are you wearing rocks?
Because I am disconnected from my spirit, and you around me connected with yours? Well, that's not in line with what we're doing here, because what we are doing here is trying our best to give out the least for the most. And in that energy, that shit don't work.
It's true.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the ZoWhat show on VOR-Radio. Listen, if this is your first time tuning in, please understand a little bit about what we do. We cover current events wrapped around a topic. Today's topic is the rise of anti-intellectualism in the black community and how it affects the black community. Do you think if you have a vocabulary that contains 4,600 words or 6,000 words or 10,000 words that you're somehow whiter?
Wow.
The number to dial is 323-230-4445. We want to hear your opinion. You know how, if you pronounce your R's.
Like the Bartholomews. I know the Bartholomews.
Your INGs.
We see Bartholomew of the Morehouse Bartholomews. I feel that it is adequate for all black people to to remove all sorts of cornrows and plaits or whatever type braidage you may have in your hair. We are not in the jungle. We are in a society. And as black people, we must fit in if we want to achieve anything.
Good God, man. Where is your ascot? Winston Bartholomew, long
the
time.
The Morehouse.
Get hold of yourself, man. What are you at?
Again, who defines that for you? Ladies and gentlemen, this is VOR-Radio. ZoWhat is live. Check it out.
Tune in and turn your life up on VOR-Radio. The Williams is the VOR voice of reason on Dash Radio.
Yeah, we up in here right now. We talking up some good game. What? No freestyle.
No freestyle. Okay.
No freestyle.
Okay, don't touch shit over there, Linda. Don't do it.
Don't touch nothing over there.
Shit.
That's the production side. Don't touch nothing.
Don't touch it. You can listen, but don't touch shit.
Over there touching. Just got in the building and start touching.
What this do?
Don't mess with nothing, goddammit.
You know that's on the last recorder of the Challenger, the space shuttle Challenger. Had the new astronaut in there talking about what this do. Hey, what this button do?
He gone.
Coming up here touching shit.
Hey, let me say this really quickly. A part of the reason why we fail as a community is because we don't move as a community. We don't act as a community. There's no cohesion. There's too much hating. There's too much critiquing and extrapolation of power by putting each other down. It's over nearly 1,400 people in the chat room. We only have 400 likes. What the fuck is wrong with a free like button? And then also share the video. Hit the super chat button. See, y'all gonna be mad as fuck when September 30th comes and we might be gone forever. No, you think I'm bullshitting? We might be gone.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to define gone.
Dash Radio is moving.
Okay.
So I got a phone call and they basically said, hey, we're moving on the 30th. We got to be out of this building and we're going into our new building.
Okay.
But we'll be gone for 4 to 6 weeks. And all of the live shows that exist currently, you may not have your times when you come back. Or you might.
Ain't we the number one show on Dash?
Yeah, so to me, that's called the big reset. Let's hit the reset. You've been gone long enough. Now, when you come back, we got some other shit for you to do.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask that same question again.
We don't have the ZoWhat show. We have the What Zo show. I mean,
featuring Maury Greenberg.
Yes,
right.
We just kept the name just for the what? It's
and
not
I'm just
your
saying,
name.
We just dropped a whole new channel. The VOR-Radio network just dropped what 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
But again, y'all don't do shit unless shit happens. Oh shit, the show gone. What can we do to help? I tell y'all to support the motherfucking channel. You motherfuckers want to be finicky. Well, Zoe's lighter than other niggas. I don't know if support should go to light niggas because niggas that are light with light eyes may have white ancestry.
And have had it.
Who knows when that'll pop up?
And you've had it so much easier in your life, according to
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, to me, this is another part of anti-intellectualism in our community. For instance, the juxtaposition of color, colorism. Like every foul thing that's happening in our community is rooted or connected to some psychological idea that came from white folks. When you listen to black women talk about relationships, what are you bringing to the table? I just did this at the KJLH Men's Empowerment. I said, do you know an economist created that concept it's called equity theory. What are you bringing to the table? Well, I have a spoon. Well, all right, I got a fork. We're equal. No, we're not. The fuck a spoon and a fork gonna do with no food? Do you get what I'm saying? That is an economist's idea that he interjected into intimacy. Makes sense for a capitalist society, right? So now we got all these women trying to measure a man based off of what he brings to the table, as opposed to who he is. You can have the devil bring everything you need to the table, but still not be right for you.
Right.
Now you pissed off because you got everything on your checklist, but not a man that is God realized.
Come on.
Not a man that has what do I call it? Currency that doesn't exist in his wallet. You get what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the nigga's empathetic and he listens and he is articulate and you get what I'm saying? All the shit you need that actually supports your spirit ain't on your checklist.
No, but if Day-Day hit Powerball and roll up and say, bitch, get in the car, off you go.
But see, this is what I be trying to tell motherfuckers. Guess what? Social media could turn the Nation of Islam into the most dominant power on planet Earth.
How about let's hope that?
But because only 5% of your social media engagement ever really fuck with you,
Right.
you lose the opportunity to actually be a force.
Yeah.
See, social media is entertainment. This is new TV for motherfuckers.
Yep.
Wow. Interactive television.
That's what this is. Oh, I get to talk to people while they talking. Yeah.
Yep.
But they don't really support. They don't really ride.
Yeah, they look at us like Starsky and Hutch. Yeah. This is some imaginary shit.
Okay, you just Starsky and Hutch is arbitrary.
Yeah.
We could have said Knight Rider.
Look here, Knight Rider didn't have the Zebra 3.
Knight Rider's the shit.
No, did Knight Rider have the Zebra 3? The red Torino with the white stripe on it?
Kit. I'll take Kit
Don't
any day,
tell
son.
me, no,
Kit
we gonna
any
start
day,
fighting
son.
here.
So I'm gonna say it one last time. Hit the super chat button. Hit the goddamn like button. Hit the share button. Support the channel. Support the sister. Support Kevin. Support my books. Do this shit for real. Or guess what? I'm gonna say this and I really mean it. Let me look at the camera. Get the fuck away.
Yeah.
Get the fuck away. Go be entertained. The Three Stooges are on YouTube.
Right.
Right? All of the Looney Tunes cartoons is up there.
Yep.
Thundar the Barbarian, He-Man. It's a lot of fuck shit you could be doing on the internet.
Speaking of fuck shit, you could always go to Pornhub.
How about it? I'm just saying, man, like now more than ever, our community needs cohesion. But we can't be cohesive if we're divisive.
Yep.
Now, divisive with no knowledge. Divisive with no critical thinking skills. That makes us savages that gotta live together.
Yes, amongst one another.
And are programmed to react. All we do is react. No one thinks. No one stops and thinks. Thinking is not promoted. Reaction is promoted.
Emotional.
And we always fall into that. Let something happen in the black community. We wait to see the reaction of the black community on how we're going to feel and what is going to be our reaction to that reaction.
Sure.
Nobody pumps their brakes and stops and thinks. Like you say, critical thinking. Where is it? Where are we getting the information on how to think? Where are we getting the encouragement on to stop and think? And that's why I like these shows. Your show, the 5150
Your
show,
show.
my show, Freeze Talk. People tell me on Freeze Talks all the time. They said, "Yo, man, you're a part of the Woo, the new Woo." I said, "The new Woo." They said, "Yeah, ZoWhat, Man-Sions, Corey, your show. That's the Wu-Tang of media."
Nice.
This is and I do know that people do support these shows, and there are people that are promoting it and trying to get the word out, but they fall short because people, like you say, people don't want to think. People are, I don't want to watch that.
Right.
So what? Because every time I go, my head gets hurting.
My head.
On par, like you were saying, with critical thinking, should be strategic thinking. And this is what is lacking. Like, so as a fighter, I've been fighting for 37 years. And so when I enter a fight, or if I enter a fight, I'm not going to fight somebody who's taller than me the same way I'd fight somebody shorter than me.
Right.
And so what you're fighting in this society, you're fighting against two things. Like, fascism is the marriage of government and corporation. And so this is who melanated people, both of you, this is both of your enemies, or your adversaries. And so with a corporation, and most melanated people think, well, we're just going to be activists. We're going to get in the street. We're going to march. We're going to scream. And again, that's the way you probably would want to handle a corporation, because public outcry will change the way a corporation moves because it's their money. However, with a government, you're not going to move them like that. All that activism, marching and shit, that's not going to do anything. You need to learn the law and government. That's how you change them. So one is on the surface, yeah, you want to make your noise like that. But on the other one, you heard that killers or gangsters move in silence. That's how you're going to get the government to change. That's how you're going to get the laws to change, is you have to learn the law and the government first.
Look at that. I like it. Geoff Brown, you have something to add? Or?
I do.
And Lori? Let Lori and then you.
First, absolutely.
Yeah. I do. In talking about critical thinking and being a reactionary community, it also goes to how we eat.
Ooh, come on, sister. Go ahead.
If we're feeding ourselves garbage, and if we really look over the day what our children are eating, they're not given an opportunity to expand their brain and to expand their critical thinking. So I wanted to add that in. That
that's right.
In teaching entrepreneurship, it teaches critical thinking. And if we start early, we plant that seed early. If we eat better and not just talk about eating better, because we showed social media and everyone what we could do with that chicken sandwich that I refuse to speak of.
Goddamn chicken sandwich.
Mama.
Right.
Come on.
But
We
that's
ain't got no
a
money.
chemical sandwich.
Come on.
Yeah.
So if we could have that same sandwich.
Yes.
Get on the mic, please.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I can remember one of my friends, and he was playing basketball in high school, and he became friends with this white kid who was on his basketball team. And he said, man, the best thing I did was become friends with this white boy, because in the morning, his family, they make sure we eat fruit and drink juice before we go to school. And I was like, well, what's the big deal about that? He says, well, I'm just saying, man, we be eating fruit punch, and we have ding dongs and honey buns and hot Cheetos. And I didn't think it was a big deal until I seen that these white boys, these motherfuckers be eating fruit. They start the morning, and this is how come he's even able to hang on the team. The motherfucker can't play with us.
Right.
But he shows up in the morning. He's always on point, and we're always lagging.
I can whoop your ass on flaming hot Cheetos. Imagine
if
I had a juice.
or a
Imagine
slice
if I
of
started my shit out.
rhubarb pie.
Thank you. Stupid. What if I started my shit out with coffee?
No, wait, Kev. Let me go back to the girl.
Yes.
Miss Lori.
Yes.
And then your intellectual rant
Yes,
is right
perfect.
after Miss Lori.
Perfect.
Yes.
Let me ask you. And Kev noticed too. The gut is like its own brain, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
Can we talk a little bit about the gut being a brain? Because you mentioned proper nutrition for proper brain function.
Right.
Talk to me about how the gut is a brain in and of itself.
That's a good point, So we do field trips for the youth. And one of the things that we teach is the digestive process. That is a 24-hour, depending on what we eat, even longer process. And so if we know that, then it would help with how we feed that process. So if whatever we eat, our body is going to go through this long process that it does without thinking. Like, we have to give no thought to the digestion process and the breathing process, some of the functions of our body.
Right. 75% of your immune system is in your gut.
There it is.
And I'm going to tell you, I was a poor kid.
Right.
I couldn't pay attention in school.
Right.
Most niggas can't.
Right.
No. Because you weren't
I'm leaving. I'm hungry.
Go get this Jack in the
You
Box.
weren't
About to get this Jack in the
nutritionally
Box.
How you? Let me tell you something. I was ditching in the second grade.
In the second grade.
I'm out, nigga.
This coloring? Really? I'm done with this shit.
Hey, we need you to color in the lines.
You know what, ma'am? Fuck you.
You know what? I'm going to head out.
You know, All right, then.
You know what? I'm going to head out.
Yeah, fuck you and them Lincoln Logs.
You know what? I'm going to head out. I got to go to the racetrack.
That's right.
Miss Carmichael Infinite.
That's right. I got to buy my mama some Newports before I get home.
Oh, nigga, that is hilarious.
Go, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time tuning in to the ZoWhat show, man, we keep it real. It's a current event. We're talking about how anti-intellectualism, right, contaminates our community from mumble rap.
Oh, dude.
I need some rings. Big things and big rings. Rings and big things. Whole team gonna have rings and things.
Is that a song?
Chicken wings,
Is that a real song? That sounds like it could be a real song.
Rings and things, big things and rings and chains.
Here's what's fucking scary about
and chicken
that.
wings.
It sounds like it could be a real song.
Chicken wings, big things, rings, and my team.
A society is judged by what entertains it.
Dude, that's why, dude. But Lil Yachty was on the interview. He said, "Look, man, today's rap, we not trying to do 16 bars no more." He said, "If I make a song that's lit and it just say yup, that's all I'm gonna say is yup." I'm like,
yuck.
He said, "If it's lit and all I say is yup, that's what I make."
I don't give a fuck because I like yuck.
I like yup.
Yuck.
Yup.
How did he get there? Okay.
So look, at this time of the show, we tend to entertain the master of intellectual rabble, because he kind of rabbles and rumbles all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, our intellectual irritant and comedian, actor, writer, Geoff Brown, the intellectual rant.
Wow. Okay. Well, to kind of piggyback in the direction we were in is I'm going to go ahead and jump into the diet part. I was going to leave that for the end, but this sister really hit it. Dear black people, dear black Christians, you have been taught to bless poison, and it works. It works. The same way you were taught that voodoo is bad and Yoruba and Santeria is bad. Of course, that's the shit they're using on you, by the way. The same way you were taught that. You were taught, because when you were stolen from Africa, they left your diet there. You were taught that this is what you are supposed to eat, and that these are the words you are supposed to say in the name of Cesare Borgia. Because that's who that is. That dude ain't gonna look it up. Mm-hmm. You bless poison, and those blessings work because the cemeteries are full of you prematurely. To that I say, number 2, dear people who need the good food to taste like bad food, keep eating the bad food. You're not ready. Dear people who eat what you want to. I say that. No, I'm talking to everybody. Okay. What you eat literally does not make me shit. Eat what you like. You can eat a homeless man asshole first. I don't care.
Whoa.
But when,
no thanks.
When, not if, the words metastasize, stages 1 through 4, dialysis, bypass, when those words make it into your lexicon, do not pretend that your name was on some evil wheel of fate that the devil threw a dart and hit. Nigga, you did that to you. Stop bothering the mothers of the church and having them come down and hold a deboko shower around your fucking bed because of what you chose to eat. This is you poisoning you. What the fuck are you going to do when you get to the pearly gates and realize that most of your shit had nothing to do with Jesus or Satan? It's you. And you smell weed burning. 2, Santa Claus is more than a fat white man in a red suit. Santa Claus is work real hard for 25 years. We'll give you this watch and send you on your way. Santa Claus is, hey, you don't have to do sit-ups and drink water and exercise. Take this pill. Santa Claus is, hey, do like me. Get a bunch of black women, call them out their name, Take all your money and misspend it. All that Santa Claus, because none of that shit is real. None of it. None of what you are ascribing to be is real to you. Because everything niggas want is some shit they done seen white folks with. The same way a car is not the tools. You just built America. So when you hear America is bombing blank, or people are mad at America for blank, nigga, they not talking about you. The same way the Vietnamese used to tell black soldiers, American GI, black GI, not your war. Because it ain't. Mm-hmm. Stop calling black soldiers patriots. We are not. I am a United States Marine. I put my ass on the line for your gas, and I am telling you, it was not because of how I felt about America. It was because I was trying to escape one hell for another. There are two main reasons that black people, or most people, enlist, not officers, enlist into the military. Two main reasons. You didn't get straight A's and your parents ain't rich. Yep. If either one of those was different, nigga, you would not be risking your life to get out of this shit. I did not join the Marines out of some, the red, white, and blue. Fuck the red, white, and blue. Because I'm red, black, and green first. I joined the Marines because the south side of Chicago was going to eat me. And the concept of arming myself and killing other people of color sounded better to me at 18 than either getting some girl pregnant early or getting shot at a party over some bullshit by someone else who is working from a place of lack that this system created. Black people work from a system of lack constantly. That's why we believe that we don't need to hook up one another. That's why we believe that it's okay to not inconvenience ourselves to help this sister we don't know because of what we don't have. Well, what has happened is there has been an awakening, and slowly, we are remembering who we used to be and the fact that we are enough. This, and I close. Black people, think of chess. We are on the board. We are the black pieces. By default, because white moves first, black plays in defense. That's all you've been playing for 400 years is defense. You always play defense. The only man that I can look at with pride and say that he makes moves in offense for black people, and when I mean offense, moves that have little to nothing to do with what white people have or think, is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He makes offensive moves. Make offensive moves. Here is an offensive move. Sister, if you have a way, a way to donate that I can use my card right here, I'm going to send you $50 right now. If not,
I have a cash app.
All right. Well, then I'm sending you $50. Which is what I do. I go in my pocket when black folks come on this show and I give them money for their shit. You're not helping your friends if you get hookups on their shit.
Look at that.
Right. I'm done.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Pastor Jeffrey Bartholomew Loquacious Brown, visiting pastor of the Success Ministries, located in the Lenox Mall.
Right.
In the Lenox Mall. Located in the Lenox Mall.
That's right. You gentlemen can get yourself, you men can get yourself some hot pants on the way out.
We are going to take a quick praise break.
How about it?
I want everybody to hit the like button, the share button, and that super chat button. For everybody who has been hitting the super chat button, thank you so much. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and when we come back, we're going to conclude today's topic of anti-intellectualism. I'm Zoe Williams. You're listening to VOR-Radio.
I know.
Geoff's intellectual rant was amazing. As usual, I mean, Geoff's a smart guy, you know. No, that's not debatable. Be quiet. Geoff's a smart guy, and everybody knows it.
Extremely smart.
But one of my pet peeves for our society, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about how anti-intellectualism is somehow attributed to whiteness and how that affects the black community. Like, we don't want to be articulate, or we hide our ability to be articulate, right? The whole concept of keep it simple, stupid, in order to matriculate up the ladder of success is ingrained in capitalism and materialism. Right. You can't even reveal the truth of who you are to a woman because your rims speak for you louder than you do.
That's right.
Your car, you understand what I'm saying? Your car has more to say about you than you can actually, you know, articulate about yourself. Mm-hmm. He got a nice car, but he can't really open up to me and share who he really is. That's because he ain't never opened those inner doors to figure out who he is.
Nigga, can you pay your rent for 2 months? If you sell them wheels, it's worth more than the car you could.
Right, but then you flip it around and say, well, why did you choose him?
Ouch.
Bam.
Whoops, he didn't rape you.
Why was the car able to speak your language? And then you're going to turn around and blame him for something he ain't never been capable of doing.
He just speaking fluent materialism because that's the language you respond to.
Right. So when you get into it with him, go to his car and have a conversation.
You do. You go out there and key that son bitch up.
You know what I'm saying? So I bring all of these thoughts together because a lot is happening in our culture. You saw the way we broke down the unprofessional hair argument. Which is dumb. Like somebody's hair could be unprofessional. No, nobody's hair can be unprofessional. It's your dislike of the people you gotta pay, their culture, who they are. Now, let me just say this. Not everything about black culture is magical. Okay? Not everything is magical.
You dislike the people you got to pay.
You dislike the people you gotta pay.
Is it dislike or intimidation?
Intimidation, hate, whatever.
Yes.
Because it's all of that. And one of my favorite books, I tell people to get this book all the time, written by Robert Anton Wilson, Prometheus Rising. When he breaks down Timothy Leary's, as a matter of fact, get Timothy Leary's book, Your Brain is God. There's a reason they was like, get this motherfucker out of universities. Because now he opening up parts of your brain through the LSD, right? Where the fuck you think Knee Deep came from?
Come on. Come on.
Pop the tab.
Where do you think Atomic Dog came from? You understand?
Come on.
You got to be in another universe to hear Atomic Dog.
You're not going to be able to wrap your brain around that if the only acceptable drugs to you are sugar, beer, and religion. If you can't accept no other drugs, then you're going to have a problem. Then you need to get rid of your record collection.
But for what Lori is saying right now, man, in the book Prometheus Rising, he breaks down Timothy Leary's 8 circuits of the brain. Now, ancient Africans, we got to stop saying ancient African. Let's just say ancient human. Because all over the planet,
we're all descendants.
Every culture, every civilization seeded by really, 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 really black motherfuckers.
Melanated motherfuckers.
Okay? Period. So, in his book, he breaks this down. The second circuit from Timothy Leary's 8-circuit system. The second circuit is called the anal emotional territorial circuit. That's that motherfucker say, hey, you not respecting my position as your boss. Did you recognize that you 37 seconds late? I'ma dock you.
37 seconds.
That's the anal emotional territorial circuit. And it's a very childish circuit. It's the second circuit. The first circuit is the oral bio survival circuit. And it is symbolized by a teat. You got to have something in your mouth. You need a titty, don't you?
Pacify.
You scared. You scared to move forward. You scared to move backwards.
Okay.
You need to be pacified. That's the oral biosurvival circuit. This feels good. I move forward.
Okay, sound
This
like titty
feels
hatred
bad.
for a minute.
No. Let me turn your mic off. This feels bad.
I hate no titties.
It's not titty hatred. God damn it.
Back to what I was doing. Titties.
Titty hatred.
You can't
Boy.
You can't even say titties and frown. It's a smile, right? Titties. So you can't try to say titties and frown.
But I'm
Try
saying
it. You can't.
the 8 circuits start with the oral biosurvival, moves to the anal emotional territorial. Now, the anal emotional territorial is symbolized by excrement.
Ooh, yeah.
Dogs piss and shit to mark their territory.
Ah, yes.
Bosses do the same.
It's my shit, nigga.
Coaches do the same. This is why Dr. Mark Goulston, who I saw this weekend, breaks down the difference between a coach and a mentor. A mentor pours into you and helps you flower in your understanding of your purpose. A coach
Pulls out of you.
now listen, that's his definition of a coach.
Right.
Coach and mentor for him are synonymous. But he says most coaches today are not really coaches or mentors. What they actually are instructors. And when you don't do what they instruct you to do, the anal, emotional, territorial shit, this is what's happening with the recruits. You're uncoachable. No, you're dumb. You don't know how to articulate. You don't have many different languages to speak to many different
Right.
personalities on your
Exactly.
team. One kid might need to be pushed.
Yep.
He might have the mental breakdown or mental profile that doesn't mind saying, hey, God damn it, I need you. Step it up. Okay, coach. He might need that. But then another kid, you can't talk to him like that. You might have to pull him to the side and go, look, man, this is what I need you to do.
Yep.
Okay. Now, you got some coaches that just have a blanket way of telling kids to do shit. Why? Because they're not coaches. They're not mentors. They're instructors. And a lot of them, this is why I say relationship is a big part to our evolution as a people. Most people don't know how to talk. Most people ain't
right.
dealt with no home demons. That home generational trauma shit comes into your position in the world.
Yep.
Right.
So now you raised to the position of a goddamn coach and you ain't dealt with your father
that other
leaving.
bullshit.
Right.
So now you're treating these kids like they ain't shit because he treated you like you ain't shit.
Right.
Damn. So.
Do you see what I'm saying? The anal emotional territorial circuit.
Yes, you have to be multi-vibrational linguistically, man, when you're dealing with shit.
Well, ain't an engagement ring basically the same thing?
You know how many women got engagement rings because that was the last ditch effort to keep them from breaking up?
That's a keep quiet ring. Here, take this. Here.
Well, shit, here. God damn it. You know you want to be here.
I just bought myself.
All right, I'll marry you.
Now she done bought into another 10, 12 years of trying to mold you into some shit that makes her feel comfortable.
Yeah. And I dare you to ask her why she likes diamonds. I dare you to ask
Right.
her why a diamond is so important or where they.
Well, there's a woman
idea.
here. Why is a
I
diamond
wear
important?
stones.
There you go.
Come on, there you go.
Healing
There
crystals.
you go.
Lori, tell us,
Yes.
what is the
Break it down,
infatuation
sis.
with diamonds and all of this?
I am going to speak from the outside of that circle, so I can't give you any facts because that is not my reality. But I think it is that whole keeping up with the Joneses, you know, I want everybody to see me nonsense.
It's true.
We dealt with when we dealt with jewels or stones, it was because of the energy.
Yes.
So today's value of a diamond is bullshit. But the reason you should value a diamond, first off, is because it takes almost 3 billion years for the earth to make one.
Yes.
And then being that crystals hold energy, or they're amplifiers of energy, like crystal quartz, a diamond is the most perfect crystal.
Yes.
So having a diamond amplifies energy.
Hold up, nigga. Hold on.
That's why they use them in lasers.
Hold on, nigga. Listen here, Kev. Let me tell you something. Real quick. I listen to you from time to time. Every week you got some strange shit to say to people. You understand? Let me tell you something, nigga. The diamonds work because they shiny. Women like shiny things.
Thank you.
You understand?
It's energy shit.
You give a diamond to a girl in the middle of a nightclub in front of that little crystal ball spinning, it's sparkling and bang. She gonna guarantee to tell you, yeah. Guarantee she gonna tell you. You understand? That diamond gonna light up that room. She gonna realize
Her
this
friends
nigga,
gonna see it.
he either paid for it or he stole it. At least we gonna leave.
I don't care which one.
I'm just saying, for the most part, this is a form of unintelligence.
Yes.
When the symbol is more important than what it symbolizes.
Right.
You got a diamond, but your mind hasn't died yet. Diamond, die, mind. Death of the mind. Nobody wants their mind to die because that's your ego, that's your trauma, that's your victimhood justifications, that's your coping mechanism. Nobody's mind has died, but we're all in pursuit of diamonds.
Right.
We want the shiny shit. We want the superficial shit. Nobody, listen, how many people? We just saw this whole article that just came out. Somebody tagged me in it. There are no economically attractive men for all of these women that got higher education and jobs. Listen to the term, economically attractive.
Your bank account ain't attractive enough, nigga.
Right.
So guess what? You're not dating a man. You're dating a currency.
Yep.
Well,
You're dating a status.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all your men from you. I'm going to set up a system that has a mouth in the middle of it that chews your men from birth.
Oh, Paul's mouth on us.
And then, Paul's mouth and ass. I'm going to let loose the North American Paul's mouth and ass on your men. And then I'm going to exalt you and tell you and feed you the propaganda that your men don't want shit because they're violent, stupid, and lazy. So basically what I've done is broken their legs and then made fun of how they walk. And you now over here pointing at me, over here with me pointing at them, talking about, yeah, if you can't walk straight, then I ain't fucking with you.
Right.
Well, who broke their fucking legs?
So again, at the event, at the KJLH Men's Empowerment event, one of the questions was, are you dating the data? And everybody had their little point. Yes, he got to have a degree. Yes, he has to make at least as much money as I make or more. Yes, he has to have a car. Okay. He can't have no kids. He can't have this.
And what does that perfect nigga want with your ass?
And then what I said was, like this is why I say we're dumb, because I hit him in the head. I said, we're not dating the data. We're dating the dream, the simulation. Because if we were dating the data, we wouldn't have the expectations we put on each other. We got 2.6% of the nation's wealth.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't expect a nigga to be rich based on
What the fuck you mean he got?
Right.
Okay.
That's like saying I ain't gonna date a nigga unless he got a time machine.
So the NCAA just created the Rich Paul rule and took it back because of the backlash.
Because of the backlash.
They created the motherfucking Rich Paul rule for one reason. Only 16% of African American males in America have a bachelor's degree. So, because this motherfucker blew up as LeBron James agent and started reforming the agent-player climate, the NCAA's racist ass stepped in and said, oh, no. You got to have a bachelor's degree because we promote higher education. Get your goofy ass
on our slave plantation.
So I'm pointing out things for people to be able to see. How you going to date the data but not know where you stand? Well, black people got $1.3 trillion annually. There's a reason they don't mention what white people got.
Right.
If you break down the percentiles of white people, the bottom percentile of white people is worth $25 trillion. That's the poor white people. The poor white people collectively across America worth 25 trillion. The top 1% over 100 trillion.
Okay.
Black people, your broken disaggregated ass 1.3 1.7 trillion 3 trillion. Give us 3.
Okay, well here's my
the fuck
here's my problem. here's my energy with that thinking. When we look at our 1.3 trillion, it's only 1.3 trillion. The Underground Railroad was not sponsored by Nike.
But that's beside the point. I'm not saying we can't do anything.
It's our look.
Listen to what I said before that. I said our disaggregated selves.
Sure.
Our 1.3 trillion is split against amongst a bunch of
5 cent over here, 25 cent over here, 7 cents over here.
We got a puzzle that equals our own freedom that has 1.3 trillion pieces to it scattered.
But it's individual families.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Who are protecting their lawn against us.
Right. Right.
Like they're not worried about the white friends that helped them get the bread. They're worried about the brothers that they're not sharing the bread with, because part of the hustle is, hey, if you blow up, you got to take care of the crew around you or they get hungry and rob you.
Yep.
Remember EPMD?
Yeah.
Yep. They should.
Okay. I'm trying to get people to think.
That's why I like
now.
Tiffany Haddish, because on her deal, she took her Netflix deal and broke it up and gave it to 4 other people.
Right.
Look at that.
That's off the chain.
That's how you feed the hood.
Yep.
Right.
And all those comedians were good too.
Yes,
Okay.
they were.
And that's why you're going to, and those of you under the sound of my voice, that's why you're going to keep your mouth off of black women in general. Okay. Because
right.
when the black woman wakes up, all this shit's over.
Yeah.
Then it's done.
That's a wrap.
Yes.
This shit that Tiffany Haddish did, she showed you men
Awesome.
how the fuck it's supposed
Dude,
to go.
she
right.
killed it.
And the only person that I can see, honestly, and I'm saying it, and you can get, I hope you don't like it. In the words of my grandmama, you can get mad and blow up and bust. I don't give a fuck. The only comedian I see other than Tiffany Haddish that is doing it that way that's at the top is Kevin fucking Hart.
Yeah, Kevin,
Everybody
right.
in his camp is millionaires now.
Yep.
That's
He's
the only
doing it
reason
too.
he apologized, is because he had all these people who count on him to eat. To when he goes around and he has to do his shows and all this and that. Because if it wasn't for that shit, he'd have told the Academy, "Fuck you." But after he was like, "Look, damn, I got to do these shows. I got to do all this. I got all thousands of people who count on me to eat." That's the only reason he apologized.
Kev is in a different place than
Again.
Cat Williams.
Right.
And I might be fucking with my own money right now, but I'm finna say it. Kev's difference is that Kev is everybody's comedian.
Right.
Cat belongs to us.
Yep.
And we are enough.
Yes.
We do not believe. That's why people won't leave Nigger Island. I can't leave Nigger Island because I just don't have enough. It's too comfortable.
Yep.
The dirty 4-letter word easy is what's fucking black people right now.
He said, "Nigga,
Easy. I'm not finna do nigga. Wait a minute. What you saying? You saying I should spend black dollars? Well, guess what? Black people got bad attitudes. You got to go too far. You got to spend too much money. They don't have the products. Tough, nigga.
Right.
Deal with all of that and spend your money with your own people, because there is no other answer that does not include certain death.
Yep.
Deal with your own people.
You're right, Kevin. Him being with everybody's comedian, selling out, arenas.
Yeah.
You have to think about, damn,
Everybody.
all the people who work, the concession people, the roadies, all these people who work for him who do this. And if he don't apologize, then that whole shit can be fucked up for all those people. So in that aspect, he had to swallow his pride and apologize, in order for everybody else to eat.
And let me jump in here real quick. We're over 1,500 people live in the chat room right now. If everybody gave $5 to the super chat, that would make a great impact. But let me say this as well. Some people are saying there is a replay of this show playing on Dash Radio. That's probably because you're on Dash Talk X, and this show is on Voice of Reason Radio. All you got to do is scroll down. You'll see VOR-Radio. Click VOR-Radio. That's a new channel. We launched it August 28th. It's live on VOR-Radio. It's really that simple. You can download the Dash Radio app as well. Scroll down until you see the black and white VOR icon. All right. So again, we're talking about critical thinking in our community. We're talking about anti-intellectualism. We're talking about a certain level of capitulation. Is it intelligent to capitulate? Now, some people might argue the art of war states that part of winning a war could be retreat.
Oh, yes.
You might have to retreat.
You got to know when to back up.
But is retreating synonymous with capitulation? Capitulation means surrender.
Yeah, it means to go along with.
Thank you.
It means to go along with.
Thank you. That's different.
So can we create this distinction here? Because a lot of people think they're retreating when in fact
they're capitulating.
Yep. And our new word for capitulation is capitulation.
I love because here's what you do. Here's what you do when you retreat. You preserve your freedom. Capitulation, you hand your freedom in.
Exactly.
That's the difference between integration and assimilation.
Yes. See, when I retreat, here's the difference between retreating and capitulation. You're going to have to cut your dreads to work here. If I want to keep my freedom, I'm going to retreat from this. Wear my dreads and do this the good old-fashioned hard way and take a job at fucking Subway to feed my dream until I can make it happen. You know what? I can't keep eating on Subway sandwiches. I can't take Keisha out if I only work at Subway, but if I cut these dreads,
make that money
and make that
bag.
This imaginary these what do you call them? Permission what is money?
Biosurvival
tickets.
Robert Anton Wilson, Prometheus Rising. You got to get the book. It's hot monkey lava. And I promise you, you got to read it at least 10 times to get the full breadth of the book. At least 10 times. Because he writes in riddles and it's real crazy. 10 times. I'm not fucking with you. 10 times. Robert Anton Wilson, Prometheus Rising. Go.
That's like The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle.
Tolle. Eckhart Tolle's cute.
Tolle?
His book is cute.
Cute? He didn't write The Power of Now?
He wrote it, but it's not on the same level as Prometheus.
Okay. Well,
if you come in with some science again.
Oh, God.
Listen here now.
I'm trying to cross the street, but cars keep coming. What The Power of Now and Prometheus Rising have in common is that with your common brain, you're going to have to read that shit again. You're going to go, wait a minute, wait. What was that?
Who has said?
Who has said? You're going to have to run by that again. As a matter of fact, you should beware of shit you can get on the first pass. It probably didn't give you anything.
Right.
And grab the Kabbalion, goddammit.
Yeah. Read you some shit. Read you some shit. Stop taking, look here. Question everything Big Mama and them said. Because Big Mama didn't lie to you. Big Mama gave you her truth. But her truth was shaped by some motherfuckers who meant you no good. Your Big Mama didn't make you pork and beans trying to kill you.
That's right.
That was not her truth.
Remember, questioning is only the first part. Then you have to strategize and execute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can't just sit back and just be pontificating all the goddamn time. That's mental masturbation. You have to strategize. Once you got the information, figure out the plan, and then execute the plan.
You know I love you, but I'm not going to let you sit in here and talk bad about jacking off. I'm not going to let that happen. Okay.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. True or false? Critical thinking is that mode of thinking about any subject, content, or problem in which the thinker improves the quality of his or her thinking by skillfully analyzing, assessing, and reconstructing every problem encountered. Critical thinking is self-directed, self-disciplined, self-motivated, and a self-correcting form of thinking. But you can't correct yourself if you don't take ownership, accountability, responsibility for how you think, where your thoughts came from. Are your thoughts a reaction to the environment you modeled?
If you have a religion that cannot stand questioning, then why are you in it? If you say, I am religious, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. If your God has a name, bad news, you're in a religion.
That's Geoff. Now, God damn it.
That's the truth. I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. What's your God's name?
Bartholomew. I am Highland Bartholomew.
Highland.
All I purvey and oversee is under my domain and power.
Right? And the ruler of all that I survey.
Again, ZoWhat show is live right now. We're talking about stupid people.
Yeah.
Stupid people.
I mean, it's okay. I got something that I want to play for you guys. And to me, I'm listening to it. And as I'm listening to it, we have to factor in some elements of this piece I'm about to play you is still in effect today. And I just think it's really weird because we go along with shit without paying attention, right, to what's actually happening, because again, most people just want answers. They want to be told what to do. They want to be sent somewhere, sent in a direction, and promised a particular outcome.
Yeah. You can't wait.
If you do this, you're going to wind up right here, I promise you. That's church.
Right.
Yep.
That's religion. All religion. Every one of them.
A plus B will equal C.
If you ain't never walked into your mosque, synagogue, temple,
Missionary Baptist Church,
with an objective mind, you have always been a slave because you've been almost predisposed to looking for something that will save you.
Pre-programmed.
Can we get out of church for just a second?
Now, what'd you say?
Can we get out of church for just a second?
Go ahead.
Back in. Have you ever run into these people? I saw them. I used to look up to them, but now they turn my fucking stomach. Have you ever run into people,
Geoff Brown,
who are in love with enforcing the rules that they have no idea where they came from?
Yep.
Ooh, love it.
Yep.
You know you're supposed to be in here at 8:45. Them.
Who said that?
I can't. They don't have no fucking idea. They have no idea where it came from.
Yep.
They can't wrap their brain around the concept that all of these ideas came to amplify another motherfucker's commerce that has nothing to do with you. No. I can't wait to throw Kevin's ass under the bus because Kevin come in here tired because he working 2 jobs. He's trying to study. He got his kids. Fuck all that. That nigga sleeping on the job where I'm assistant to the assistant supervisor and I'm finna make
Assistant
that nigga's
to the
life
assistant
hell.
supervisor.
I hate them niggas right there. And when the apocalypse start, right after meter maids and ex-wife number 2, I'm killing you niggas. Okay.
Meter maids. Listen to
meter maids get it.
And get back to me on what you think. I'm going to open up the phone lines for the last half of the show. The number to dial is 323-230-4445. 323-230-4445. Call me after this video concludes.
I can't hear you in the headphones.
Oh, no, because he's doing something weird.
Hitler may have stoked Germany's economy and put people back to work, but it was becoming clear that whatever benefits fascism might bring to its political base, it had a darker side, and it came at a huge cost. Despite its veneer of respectability and its popularity among ordinary people, the thriving fascist state relied on increasingly brutal repression. Hitler continued his ruthless creation of a totalitarian fascist state. The free press was silenced, as were intellectuals and universities.
The Nazis' approach to intellectuals was to dismiss them. They played no role. A good way to describe it is if you compare Nazis and communists. A communist needs an enormous bookshelf. He needs to start with Marx and Engels. He goes through Lenin. He has dozens of books up until the present day. A Nazi's bookshelf has Mein Kampf. And that is basically it.
The Nazi approach to art was the same. Only one style was acceptable.
The Nazis or Hitler's approach to art was quite simple. Their idea of art was to be as naturalistic as possible. Basically, blonde, blue-eyed people doing field work. When you look at these pictures, you see the perfect German family according to the Nazis. Everybody is tall, blonde, blue-eyed, beautiful, great shape. And this is the idealized version of the German people.
Anything else that would question society or bring society forward, which art is quite well able to do, would just be deemed like unnatural or un-German, undeutsch.
What they did not like was complicated modern art, what they call degenerate art. That is something that they either destroyed, sold off to make some money, or kept under wraps.
In May 1933, Hitler was chancellor for just a couple of months. We had the burning of books in Berlin, in München, everywhere.
Books that caused people to question the Nazi agenda were forbidden and publicly burned with delight by Hitler's supporters.
The books of left-wingers, psychologists. For some reason, the Nazis hated psychology. Books by Jewish writers, of course, they would be publicly banned in big ceremonies.
If you have some books, titles of those books that
I got it. Just send the police car over.
And you invite some people.
Mrs. Nussbaum's credit card. I got the guys who stole it. Hold on, they're calling me. I'll be right back.
So you do not trust in anybody any longer after the burning of books. One famous German
throw a couple of tires in the
trunk. Once you're burning
put it on the card. Radio.
Okay,
make them white walls. Yes, sir, Mr. Nussbaum.
Well, that's it. What are you hearing, Jeff?
I thought they're not only sticking us for gas, but they're grabbing.
What are you hearing? I can't hear nothing.
I'm talking it to them. Yeah, it's Harpoonian's gas station at the corner.
Can you still hear
Hold on
it?
a second. I don't want to get them suspicious.
Well, I don't know what it is, Pimp. How about that?
There you go. You got some extra shit.
Let's just turn it all off.
Turn all this.
God damn it. But did you hear the video?
Absolutely.
Anti-intellectualism. Donald Trump is doing the same thing. You know who he's doing it to? Byron Allen. See, y'all think, Quincy Jones said it to me. I'll never forget it. Quincy Jones told me, I'll never forget it.
Why would you say? How'd you sound?
Listen here, man. Shit, you hip-hop kids, you know. You're doing the right thing, you know. Shit, you know. Get your money, you know. You know, give your friends money, you know. Give them jobs, you know, because they're going to get jealous if you blow up and, you know, you don't reach back, you know. It could get dangerous for you, you know. Give them jobs, give back to them, you know, feed your family, you know. Then he said something that was the most profound of all of that. He said, and when you get enough money, see if your money has any power. As soon as you try to do something with it, you're a terrorist in America for black men.
Try to do something other.
Oh, sorry, everybody's mic. There you go.
Here's that other shit I can't.
You're a terrorist.
Here's that other shit I can't stand from celebrities. Please, I hope it gets back to you. You don't know what I'm doing. Well, I know when you misspend your money. Yeah. I know when you buy big blue diamonds. Right. I know when you buy Bentleys.
That's
I know when you
public.
tell me all that. But you don't want to tell me about the good shit you're doing for black people? Well, here's a big fat fuck you for you. I am so tired of this. In the words of my man in Sugar Hill, what's the Ernie Hudson? Could somebody please tell me why we are kissing this boy's ass? Could somebody please tell me why black people are still kissing the ass of everyone on the planet when everyone on the planet is somehow either enamored by or beholden to black people specifically. Why the fuck is there an NFL? Why? When 95% of what you watch is black. Quick, name 5 white boys that have run the football back 98 yards. I'll wait. Not exactly. Thank you. If you gotta dig,
homeboy from the Buffalo Bills.
If you gotta dig, you're making my point.
Was it Tasker?
You're
from the Bills.
The very fact that you have to dig. Please. Other than white chocolate, name the I'll give white chocolate, Pistol Pete, Maravich.
Right,
they're a handful. I can't name you all. You can go to Venice Beach and watch some niggas make poetry with a basketball.
Oh, the Professor. And one Professor. That motherfucker dope.
But
play now.
Yep. Professor's nice.
Okay.
White chocolate.
I think you're concentrating on the plate and not the
right, man.
Okay.
He asked us to figure out some white people. He asked us to pull out some white people there, and then you don't want to forget Larry Legend. There's some cold white boys out there. Don't listen to that movie. White men can't jump. Some of them can jump now.
Rex Chapman.
Exactly.
To your point, are we supporting the big three though? Right?
He
created his own.
Speak on
but
it.
are we there? Are we selling him out?
I think they balling them.
Ice Cube
big time. Yeah, they get big time. 3 years.
DJ Ski is the DJ for it.
Who?
Ski, the one who owns Dash.
Oh, snap.
He's the DJ for the big three.
I love it.
Every time that we miss the opportunity to make true change so often. Remember when Donald Sterling said that shit? If I had a church, if I were Bishop Blake of West Angeles Church of God in Christ, if that was me, after he said that, I would have took my church and I took my big screens and said, hey, everybody, we watching every game, every Clippers game at the church. And I want my church full. I don't want it full for the game. I want it full for the commercials. This side, I want you to take care of car commercials. This side, I want you to take a real estate and break up all the commercials by all of my members. You're going to be in charge of making sure that every person who says they are a member of my church writes this car company and says that for the next 100 years, I will be teaching my children not to drive that car. For the next 100 years, we will not use this soap, this toothpaste, fly on this airline. You can keep your team. What if all the brothers who played basketball when they came out of college said, no, fuck you, I'm not playing for the Clippers. I'll drive a bus.
Well, that's what they're doing now. Right. That's what they're doing now. A lot of people are making this push for all of these recruits, instead of going to these major white universities, go to HBCUs.
Yes.
My only question is, who owns the HBCU?
Thank you.
Exactly.
That's my only question. That would be a magnificent and a fantastic thing to do if all the nice and 5-star, 4-star, recruits go to HBCUs. I would love that if all HBCUs were in the hands of black people. Okay. Now, if they're owned by white people, that's the same as going to UCLA or Kentucky. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It just has less resources.
Okay.
Listen, I'm just.
That's not fair, Zo.
No, listen to me now.
That's not true.
Listen to me because I done been through it.
Okay.
I done been through it. Okay. So if you look at Howard University, prestigious black HBCU university.
Sure.
I asked the question, who owns it?
Let's just say
if it's owned by whitey.
I want to answer that question.
Okay, go ahead.
The same people who own UCLA, who own LSU, who own Auburn, same people own it. Here it becomes the problem. Who gonna play for UCLA? Who gonna play for Auburn? Who gonna play for LSU? Because now they're all over there. So these other entities that you have problems that we have created.
I get what you're saying.
So I can't say that it doesn't work at all.
I get what you're saying. But you know what you're saying? You're saying go from white one white ownership infrastructure.
That's exactly
to
what I'm
another
saying.
white
That's
ownership
exactly
infrastructure.
what I'm saying. Because if I don't say that, I might as well have said to Harriet Tubman, this isn't going to work because it's not perfect.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. God damn it. Black magic, which is contained by black men and black women,
brother, come on now.
is white supremacy's hoe.
Oh, come on.
That's what I'm going to say to what the fuck Jeff's saying.
Yes.
Your black magic is white supremacy's hoe.
Sure.
Because that's where you get your resources from. In every aspect of life, the white man is sitting on some board somewhere that is the final say for what the fuck you get or don't get.
Sure. And this may be this weight may be there have been a number of
Get your whole ass out there on the street and get my bread. Okay. Magical.
We'll allow it. This may be one of the reasons why I've been having a couple of problems selling television shows. Is because when I go into meetings before I leave, at some point I say this. I know you guys are used to raping us, and I understand that.
No, you don't.
I'm trying to turn this.
No, you don't.
I'm trying to turn this from rape into some sort of consensual sex. My deal,
I gotta want you.
Let's take this from rape into consensual sex. Okay, I know you got your dick out. I know what's gonna go down. But I'm not gonna let you just take from me. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
You got to court me.
Bring some flowers and some candy. You need to put me in a car where the windows don't roll down. I want to push buttons.
Boy, y'all dumb. Y'all crazy as hell.
You got to go to David Buster's first.
You got to turn because that's all it's been. That's all it's been is rape. You know who's made it consensual sex? Master P. Too Short.
Master P kind of got his though.
No, that's right. Consensual sex. He was not raped.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Too Short was not raped.
Oh no.
Ice Cube was not raped. Everybody else was getting raped, and Ice Cube said, If we gonna meet here, we gonna fuck on consensual terms. Ain't gonna be no bending me over. No, that's not how it's going.
He got raped first.
Yeah.
So listen, let's do this. Let's do this.
Have consensual sex.
Let's do this. We're at the end of the show, and as is commonplace, we don't have nowhere near the amount of answers we're supposed to.
Not even the ones we're supposed to have.
We don't even have the answers we're supposed to have. But let's just do this really quickly. Lori, give them your link one more time.
Gotjuices.com.
And your Cash App.
Juice Chemist, the $, and Juice Chemist.
Juice Chemist.
Yes.
I'm with it.
The $, Juice Chemist. Y'all should Cash App her.
Yep.
Doing it now.
Cash Mob her. Do it right now. Support. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, we know how to start the conversation. We just don't know how to make it a good one. You guys can do that when you take it back to where you're from. We appreciate everybody for supporting. Don't forget the Man-Sions t-shirts, Kevin's stuff. Geoff Brown, what do you have real quick to promote?
Look for me Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on the D.L. Hughley radio program. Look for my album coming out, Incense and Hot Sauce. That's the name of the album. Incense and Hot Sauce. Because if you really think about Geoff Brown, that's who I am.
Incense and Hot Sauce.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in. VOR-Radio. Fire content. We'll be back next week with another heater. Deuces.
Not bad at all. All right, I'm going to need to be walked through this now. I got to get this lady. Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Is this your juice guy that you usually have here? Is this his product?
It's interesting. He's not here today.
I know. How is We Juice ain't here today?